Welcome to another Techvideo review, or the short review actually, of the Nokia Lumia 730, which was announced today in Berlin. So you have here a beautiful 4.7-inch screen with an HD resolution, and I actually have as a comparison here the 830, which I will show you later, that the screen is not even as good as on that one as it is on this one, even though it's cheaper with only $200 in price. So you see here that it's quite fast because you have the Snapdragon 400 processor inside, which is extended with 1 GB of RAM and 8 GB of internal storage, which you can expand via microSD. So you see it's really quite good in speed, and we will also check out the cameras a little bit later, because this is a selfie camera or a selfie smartphone by Microsoft, actually, with 5 megapixels in front, and the back camera has a 6.7 megapixel camera in the back, which is really good in low light thanks to f1.9. Can't show you right now because it's not that low light here, but you will see in a second if I try it out. You still have a flashlight built in and a speaker, and you can actually take off the back or the complete unibody of this phone. So if you are getting annoyed of your orange, green, white or black phone, you can really just change the complete cover, and the black thing will actually stay the same, and you can really just change that up if you just press in here at the camera, the device, and you can take off the back cover like that, change even the battery. You have the wireless charging here and the NFC right here on top. So you can see here that we have a micro SD card slot and then a SIM card slot in the 735. In the 730 you have 2 SIM card slots. Actually, I'm not sure if there's a micro SD still then, but there's 2 SIMs in the 730, but there's no 4G then enabled like there is in the 735. So let me put that back in. Click, click, click. And let's go a little bit around the device, but you can see we have micro USB, on and off switch, volume rocker, and 3.5mm headphone jack, and nothing of course on the top or on the left side. I press something here and you can see here that we have the Windows buttons on the screen. So on the 4.7-inch screen you have a little space for the Windows buttons, but of course if you would watch a movie or shoot a picture, for example, if I go into the camera, let me look for the camera, it's right here. You can see dismiss, that the bar here on the bottom goes away, and if I need it I just have to swipe up and then it comes right back. Swiping down doesn't work. If you just hit the focus button or anything, it will stay there. So if you swipe it up once, it stays. But with the new Denim update by Microsoft, which is available for a lot of Windows phones in the future, you can see that we have right away access to our lenses, like the refocus or the panorama, which is of course quite good. Before you had to press the 3 dots here on the top. You can also switch to the front camera, which is actually also available with the Lumia Selfie app with a few features. Let me switch actually back. You have also the possibility to right away choose the burst mode and the video mode. You can also change between different scenes like night, sports, backlight, and so on, which is actually, backlight is quite amazing because you can shoot a picture without flash, with flash, so it will take a flash and you can just adjust the picture to not have actually the flash being seen just on yourself and not on the background. So it looks really quite good. It's called Advanced HDR or just Rich Shooting. And if you press the 3 buttons here, or the dots, you can actually change what things you want to have here on your screen to choose from. So there could be even another app here in the middle. If I press that, I can say I want a camera roll right there, and I want on top actually maybe my flash, so I can turn on and off the flash. So this is really, again, quite handy. And you can also change the video settings, which is at 720p or 1020p right now. Video light on and off, and so on and so on. So the new Denim update has a few, again, features that are quite handy. You also have Cortana as a beta built in a few countries around the world, where you can just look for stuff not only that's close to you, but you can set reminders by telling your phone what you want to do. Like, for example, it should remind you when you get home to do something, which is unique actually because it enables GPS tracking inside a Siri kind of thing, which Apple can't even do right now. Then we have here on the bottom, as you can see, the microphone actually. And let's go through a little bit more software details. Like, for example, we have now the possibility to use folders since 8.1 and another update, which is quite handy. So folders for tiles are really good if you don't want to scroll through a long list. And you have also a lot of software that maybe you wouldn't have expected that Windows Phone has, like for example WhatsApp or BlackBerry Messenger or LinkedIn and so on and so on. So there's really a lot of apps now in the Windows Phone store, so you won't find that there will be actually almost no app that you won't find that it's in the top 20 apps on Android or iOS, except for games. There's a little bit of shortage still. So there's a new app, for example, by Microsoft, which calls the Lumia Selfie, where you can set a timer actually and shoot selfies easier. So you can see here this selfie camera is a selfie camera because the wide angle is just really amazing. If I hold it like this, it's not even my full arm length, that would be like this far, and you will see that there is really a lot of space here where you can fit just a lot of people inside, more than with the Note 3, for example, by Samsung, which was an example, for example, here on stage when they announced the new product. What you can do is, of course, also edit text here in Word or somewhere else, not only by typing, but you can also select here different languages. I like to, for example, use German right now. You can just swipe here through the letters to get your words. You don't even have to type, you can just really swipe. I think that also works in English. There we go. So you can write something like Washington here, for example. There we go, and don't even have to worry about if it's a capital letter or not. Let's go outside again, and yeah, this is actually basically the first hands-on and short review of the Nokia Lumia 730, which is a quite amazing phone. You can see, you can change the colors, the cameras on the front and the back are really good, the display is amazing, and as I said, I will show you a little bit comparison with the 5-inch 830, which I think is less good even though it has a higher price. Of course, it has a metal body, but you can only change the back cover, not the metal outside, so if you drop it and it gets scratched, you can't just change out the covers, but of course, the screen has even the same resolution, even if it's bigger with 5-inch, but the colors are not as good. You can see that, especially if I just tilt it to the side, that the colors here are not as good anymore as on the 730. Or if I go outside here that way, you can see the difference in terms of colors. That here on this one, the colors just stay more real and better on the phone. So I like that a lot. And then the speed, they are the same because they have the same processor actually inside. Both have the Snapdragon 400 with 1 GB of RAM. There's more internal storage here, but who cares since we have microSD for expansion, which is really cheap now, and you can use up to 128 gigs to put inside for about $100, which is really, really, really cheap. So thank you much for tuning in. This was the Nokia Lumia 730 in a short review. Thank you much for tuning in here from Berlin at the IFA 2014. My name is Balazs. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you much for watching.